up, you guys? My name is Ariana and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been wearing wigs probably for like 2 years off and on, and this by far is probably one of the best wig applications I have ever had, because when I started, I would always have to do like a crazy amount of baby hair just to get it to like blend, but I've actually learned the right methods on how to do it. So this is all going to be compiled into the same video. We're going to touch on the ball cap method, as well as how you can melt your lace, as well as how you can lay your baby hairs with hairspray instead of like mousse. We're just gonna get into all the details in the video, so I'm not gonna keep rambling. Before we jump right into the video, please feel free to give this video a big thumbs up, as well as subscribing to this channel if you are new. Also, follow me on all of my social media platforms. The name is going to be somewhere on the screen, as well as the links down below in the description box. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Y'all, this is my third time filming this video. I'm so tired of refilming this video. Now I'm just to the point where I'm ready to just get good content and get it out for you guys, because the first 2 times were unacceptable in my opinion, so I had to trash those videos. The first time I tried this new lace glue and I liked it, but as far as the like removal or after I would sweat it out or whatever, there would be like residue on my edges, and that ain't cute. The second time the video was popping. The wig application was amazing, but I messed up on like filming. For some reason, parts of my clips were clear and the other parts were blurry, so I was a little salty. So now, third time's a charm. Hopefully the camera quality is popping. I looked up some videos and reset my camera to get like different type of like filters, I guess you could say. I really don't know, but your girl hooked the camera up. Hopefully y'all really like the quality. Let me know down below in the comments. First things first, you want to make sure that like your edges are clean. So you want to take a cotton swab or cotton ball or whatever you want to call it, and 91% alcohol, and you want to just clean around your edges. And it's low-key gonna mess up my beat, but it'll be all right. Just act like y'all don't see the line, okay? The reason why you want to clean around your hairline is because if it's like oil and dirt and like residue from like makeup or anything, then the hairspray or whatever glue or adhesive, whatever it is you're using, will not stick to your head. And we trying to be laid and melted, so please clean your hairline. Oh Lord, we're gonna have to blend this makeup back out, cause whoa. Okay, and blend. Since this is a glueless lace wig application, I will be using Got To Be Glued hairspray. Hairspray works way better than the glue, like the gel, only because this dries faster and it's just way easier to work with. It doesn't leave as much residue, none of that. So if you are a beginner, this is definitely the tutorial for you. If you guys have seen my other videos as far as my natural hair, you know that my hair is really curly, and as y'all can see, like my hair don't want to lay down. So I'm just going to take the hairspray and I'm going to spray it on my hair just to get it to lay down, and then I'm going to dry it with the blow dryer so it'll stay like slick. Also, you want to use a comb to just get your baby hairs to lay flat, because if you're using hairspray, you'll be fine, but let's say you were using actual lace glue, you might potentially rip your edges out during the removal of your wig if you leave some of your edges out. So if you're trying to save your edges, please comb them back before you put on your ball cap. You guys are going to notice that I clean my hairline a lot, and that's because in the second video that I filmed that I also deleted, I noticed that I could have been a lot better as far as cleaning up where the hairspray was at versus like the wig. The hairspray, it doesn't dry matte. It kind of leaves like a shine to it, and that's the only downside to the glueless method. I would recommend, if you want like a matte finish for like your adhesive, I would recommend using glue. But for hairspray, you just have to make sure that you do the best job that you can as far as cleaning up around the hairline. So in between each step, I will be cleaning my hairline off. Now you just want to take your wig cap and place it on your head, and that was the whole reason why I put the hairspray on, because now it's going to be a lot easier for me to apply the ball cap. I think the best way to get the most flawless ball cap application is if you put the ball cap over your ears. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have seen this technique, I guess, all over YouTube, and it actually does work. So whoever was the originator, thank you, because y'all poppin'. I'm just gonna use hairspray for the entire application. You could also use Got To Be Glued to secure the ball cap down first and then use the hairspray, but it kind of takes a long time to dry, so I'm just gonna use the hairspray for today. And what you wanna do is you just wanna spray it around your hairline as well as down by your ears. So you just wanna spray like a healthy amount, and don't try to spray the whole hairline at one time, because then it's gonna run down and you're gonna create a big mess. So just take your time, please. My eyebrow, no. Come on now. When you get down by the ear, you also want to spray like back here. That way the ball cap will stick to this part of your skin that's by your ear, so it'll lay flat. Because I've noticed that the hardest part to lay down, whether it's your wig or your ball cap, is the ear tabs. So you just want to take your time with that. If you want to put glue right there, you can, Or if you want to put the Ultra Glue gel right there, you can as well, but you really don't have to. It's just optional. It's fine if you spray it on your ear up here because, again, we can go back and clean that off later. Once you get the general outline, you want to go back in, and you can blow dry it on cool or hot. It doesn't matter because with hairspray, it's going to dry either way. Pause. By the ear tabs, whenever you're blow drying it, you also want to press down, like press the ball cap against your skin. That way it'll actually stick to your face instead of just like drying to itself. The next thing that you want to do is you want to take whatever powder, foundation, or any powder that's really close to your skin tone. It don't matter if it's foundation or not. And you just want to put it on the bald cap. You could also do liquid foundation, but sometimes I just don't like how that looks, and I think powder is a lot easier for beginners, so that's why I'm using powder today. The two powders that I will be using today is Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder in the shade Sun Beige, which is also 310. I don't know if they sell this on the market anymore, but this is just what I have for my wigs and stuff. It's not really like my nice powder. The other powder that I will be using is more of the pricier powder, and this is my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. The only reason why I am using this, and I'm still testing it out to see if it actually does make a difference, is the fact that the Micro Smooth powder has been like finely milled, I'm assuming because of Micro Smooth, I don't know, but the powder just seems to like melt my makeup on my face, so I'm thinking that it'll have the same effect on my wig cap and it will be like even more blurred, I guess. The Micro Smooth powder really just gives me that seamless blend that I'm looking for, and it's just like popping. Like, I really don't know how to explain it. Like, it literally makes me look bald. And as you guys can see, I kind of take this powder a little bit further back because it also depends on the size of the frontal or lace wig that I'm wearing. If the frontal is 13 by 6 or just a full lace wig, I will go pretty far back because it allows me to achieve that deeper part. But if it's like a 13 by 4 frontal, it really don't matter how far you go back. Just go back far enough to where you think you would part your hair. Once I'm done applying the powder, I will go back over my hair with the Got2b hairspray once again, and that just kind of like melts everything together. The second layer is a lighter layer than the first layer though, because I'm not trying to have buildup, because as you guys can see over here on my ear, I kind of went a little crazy as far as like moving my comb while it was drying, and it's turning white. So you just want to keep that in mind to not apply too much, because then it's going to leave a white residue. The next step is to cut off the additional piece of wig cap that you don't need. How I like to start cutting my wig cap is I will like pull a piece of the wig cap from the middle of my ear, and I will cut that out first. You gotta be really careful to make sure that you don't cut your ear, because we don't want that. So I will pull the wig cap out a little bit and just make like a little slit like that, and then I'll pull my ear through the wig cap, and then you just want to start cutting like the part of the wig cap off that you don't need. Once I get my ear through, I will go back in and spray down the ear tabs one more time, because again, those are the most difficult parts of the wig cap to lay down. To cut the rest of the wig cap off, I just start in the middle and make a snip. And I kind of try to see through the wig cap to see like where my natural hairline wants to lay. And then I will just go in and like, for example, I have a widow's peak, and I'm gonna like cut around the widow's peak, as well as my edges kind of go like down a little bit right here. And I'm just gonna cut in the direction that my hairline naturally goes. You also want to be very careful, especially if you have actual hair shears, because you can cut yourself. So what I do is I like to pull the wig cap up and then cut. Once you're done, you can just cut off the additional wig cap at the back that you don't need anymore, and then we can move on to the next step. As you guys can see, this part of the wig cap is not really seamless, and we want it to be like skin like all the way back. Like, you shouldn't really be able to see the line of demarcation, so we're gonna clean that up now. I've watched a lot of other videos on how people do their ball cap method, but again, everybody is different. So what worked for me the best was just like taking the hairspray again and just spraying where the line like separates from your face, and just like relaying that back down. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people who have done it, but I just really didn't see any videos for like simplicity, I guess. Like, to me, it's just the easiest way to do it. So you want to like find a line, spray a little bit of hairspray, and then you want to take like a comb or your finger and just like lay it down with the blow dryer and like let it dry. Now it's time to go in and clean up the hairline, because there is a lot of extra hairspray in places that I don't want. So we're just gonna take a Q-tip this time and not a cotton ball, because with this you kind of want to be a little bit more detailed and get as close to the hairline as you can without lifting up the wig cap. Since this is my third time filming this video, I actually have a couple of tips that will help you guys from the mistakes that I did. I noticed that the hardest part with getting a seamless wig application has to do with how seamless your bald cap is, as well as how well you can clean up the hairline. And this doesn't really apply if you're using a matte adhesive, but with this Got To Be hairspray, it's not matte at all. It leaves like a shine on it. So you have to do as best as you can to get all of the additional hairspray off of your face, otherwise you're going to be able to see it. So that was something that was very, very hard for me to understand the first couple of times, and that's why I didn't like my application the first 2 times I did this video. Another tip that I will tell you guys is to please be patient. I understand that with Instagram and how quick like technology and stuff is, we make it seem as if like applying a wig is actually a very quick process, but it's really not. Like, you actually have to go section by section and take your time to make sure each piece is like as detailed as it can be, and to make sure that it's as right as it can be. Because trust me, if you rush through a specific part of your wig installation, we gonna know. And I'm trying to be out here unclockable, so I personally don't mind taking my time. And with hair, I've just kind of been patient with it since I started. So I know there's a lot of people who are not patient with doing their hair, and if you're one of those people, then applying wigs may not be for you, sis. I'm gonna just be honest, because it takes a long time, especially when you're still in the learning process. I know that I personally take a long time with like putting my wigs on, and I know that there's some people out there who can put their wigs on really fast and it's unclockable, but I'm not one of them people. I take forever to do my makeup and I take forever to put on my wigs, but that's how I get the best results. So for me, slow and steady wins the race. Once I'm done cleaning up my hairline, I will go back in with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder one more time just to make everything as seamless as I can. And I really just focus this powder application like on the line of demarcation, so it's like really, really seamless. I know this is a lot of cleaning the hairline, but again, this is just what works for me. Y'all don't have to clean it as many times as I do, but this is how I get the best application for myself. After applying the powder, like I said, if you guys have like dirt or residue or even makeup still left like on your skin, then whenever you put your wig on, it's not gonna stick because the makeup is in the way. So I'm gonna take another Q-tip with more alcohol and clean up the hairline one more time just to pick up any powder that may have dropped on my skin when I was reapplying. When it comes to the hair details on this wig, I really do not have them. I do know that it was an AliExpress hair company, but I bought this hair back in October for my birthday before I went out to LA, and I never wore it. Like, I left it in the box because I found some bundles that I liked instead. This is a full lace wig unit, I do know that, but I don't remember where it's from. I just know that it was from AliExpress. It looks to be about 22, 24 inches. It seems like a loose wave type of texture, so sorry I don't have the specs on the hair, but yeah. When I apply my wigs, I like to pin the hairline, like the hair right here. I like to pin it back because it just kind of makes things like more organized for me, because if not, I'm gonna end up gluing all my baby hairs down and all that, and we're not trying to have that. We're trying to be popping and melted. So what I will do is I'll pin all my hair out of the way, and then I will take a spray bottle with just water in it, and I will like spray the hair just a little bit, and that is just to get the baby hairs out of the way for the lace like glue down. And then after that, I will go back in and like frame my baby hairs. That's just how I do it when I have hairspray. It's a completely different process whenever I'm using glue. You also want to keep in mind to not spray too much water, because then you will lift up your bald cap and you're gonna be salty, because I literally just spent an hour like laying down my bald cap, so I know y'all would be salty too if it came up. I personally like to line the ear tabs up first, but when I start gluing it down, I will glue it down in the middle, and that's only because I have a widow's peak, but it just kind of makes it easier for me, because once I glue this down, I can just do like half and then half, and voila. So the method is still the same. You just take your hairspray, let it get tacky, and then you stick it down. Pretty self-explanatory. Whenever you're spraying the hairspray this time though, you want to spray a little bit in front of the wig cap, because you don't want to put the wig like directly where the wig cap ends, because then you're gonna see it, so we ain't doing that. As you guys saw, I did not let it dry for that long, and it's already like sticky and tacky, so I probably let it blow dry for like 5 to 10 seconds. And then now I'm going to go in and just pull the wig down as carefully as I can while keeping the lace flat. And then I'm just gonna stick it down where I want it. Once I have it stuck down like this, I'll just go in with the end of my rat tail comb, and I will kind of just like smooth it down like that. You don't want to manipulate it too much, because you can like mess with the product, and then depending on how much hairspray you have already sprayed, you can make the residue show up. So I almost took another L. I forgot whenever I was like letting my hair air dry overnight that I wanted to flip the wig inside out and like apply the powder foundation onto that as well. But there's still a way to do it because I haven't glued my hair down. So I'm just gonna apply my Sephora Micro Smooth powder onto this part of the lace. Right here, it really doesn't make a difference because I didn't put it there, but you really can't even tell. So I might go back in at the end and like put some like up here, but you really can't tell. If y'all can see, like right here, my lace didn't lay down all the way, and that's fine. You can just go back in with a little bit more hairspray and just like stick that little part down. And that's kind of like the tedious part that I was explaining, because I can get like the general outline done with like one spray, but most times I will have to go back in a second time and like lay down the little pieces that didn't get adhesive on it. So my frontal is as laid as it's gonna get for now. Like, I'm still trying to perfect my craft, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to section out my baby hairs. Rule of thumb, I know that a lot of people on Instagram, they normally lay their baby hairs with mousse, but if you're using Got To Be hairspray and you put mousse on it, it's gonna lift your whole frontal up, so we ain't doing that today. So what I'm gonna do is spritz the hairspray on my fingers and then like just kind of run it over the hairs. That way they will kind of lay in the direction that I want them to. And then I'm going to tie my hair up with like the tail end of my do-rag, and then once I take the scarf off, that's when I'm going to comb out my baby hairs in the way that I want them to lay. That way it doesn't really give you like a super gelled baby hair look, because that's not what I'm going for today. Because on this side it looks very like melted already and I haven't even laid it down yet. To tie the front of my edges down to melt my lace, what I like to do is I'll take the end of my do-rag and I will like spread it out, and so it'll be flat on my head, and then I just use that to tie my edges down, and then I just tie it like a shoestring in the back. And I leave it on for like 10 to 45 minutes. It really depends if I'm hungry or not, and I'm hungry right now, so it's probably gonna be more like 45 minutes, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished result. All I'm doing now is styling the hair. I spritzed it with water to re-moisturize it because it was kind of dry, and then I went back in with the same conditioner that I used the first time I styled it, and I just ran that through the ends, as well as I detangled it again with my Denman brush to get the curls back popping. And then on the root of my hair where my part is at, I just like to spray that with Got To Be glued hairspray because it'll keep my flyaways down, as well as it will keep the integrity of my part. It'll keep it going in the direction that I want it to go. So that's literally it for styling this hair. This hair is actually very, very easy to style. It's very pretty. I also like the conditioner that I use because it smells so good. And now I'm just gonna let it air dry. You could also diffuse it, but since this wig is so thin, you can honestly just get away with letting it air dry, and then once it's dry, you good to go. This brings it to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed my wig application, and I hope that I was able to give you guys some really helpful tips. If y'all have any requests on any other wig application or hair dye or any type of coloring tutorials that y'all want to see, please feel free to leave your requests down below in the comment section, and I will be sure to like read through those and figure out which one I'm going to do next, because I'm telling y'all, these wig videos is about to be popping. They about to just be coming out like crazy, so please stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.